Hello, everybody. Steve coming at you, and welcome to Last Reps Baseball. Tonight should be an exciting matchup between two Japanese powerhouse baseball teams. I hope you all enjoy this and treat Freddie with all the respect he deserves. Call a good game, Freddie, and who knows, someday you may even see me in one of these games. And if you don't, you might want to come check out my channel and see what I do. You know what? But hey, let's get back to Freddie. Let's get some baseball. Let's just have a great game.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Reps Baseball's live commentary of the DuPont Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we're going to bring you Game 2 of the series between the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Orix Buffaloes. It was a victory last night by the Buffaloes, 8-5, that has put them up 2-0 in the series as they are about to begin Game 2 tonight. And of course, what that means is being up 2-0. They were spotted a 1-0 lead going into the series, as is the case in the Climax series. With the win last night, they now have a 2-0 advantage over Chiba. And that is going to put them in the driver's seat here going into tonight's action. Well, first of all, I'm going to give you the starting lineups, first of all, from the visitors from Chiba. Leading off and playing in right field is number 0, Takashi Ojino. Hitting second at shortstop is number 4, Yudai Fujioka. Batting third in left field is number 50, Shingo Ishikawa. In the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 22, Gregory Polanco. Batting fifth in center field is number 25, Hiromi Oka. Batting sixth at third base is number 5, Hisanori Yasuda. Batting in the seventh spot and playing first base is number 67, Kenta Chitani. Batting eighth and catching is number 27, Tetsuhiro Tamura. And batting ninth at second base is number 8, Shogo Nakamura. And they are going to be facing Daiki Tajima, who takes to the hill. Tajima is 6-4 on the regular season. He worked 81 2/3 innings. He allowed 73 hits, 31 runs, 28 were earned. He'd walked 18 and struck out 64, and he's got an ERA of 3.09. Well, that's your starting lineup for the Marines. Now your starting lineup for the home team, the Orix Buffaloes. Leading off and playing first base, wearing number 67, is Kai Nakagawa. Hitting second and playing third base is number 6, Yumamune. The 3 spot doing the catching is number 4, Tomoya Mori. Batting in the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 40, Leandro Cedeno. Batting fifth and in left field is number 99, Yataro Sugimoto. Batting sixth at shortstop is number 24, Kataro Kirbayashi. Batting seventh and playing second base tonight is number 8, Marwin Gonzalez. Batting in the 8th spot and playing in center field is number 1, Shuhei Fukuda. And batting ninth and in right field, wearing number 30, is Taishi Haruka. And they are going to be facing CC Mercedes, who in his first year with the Marines was 4-8. He had worked 116 1/3 innings. He allowed 111 hits, 46 runs, 43 were earned. He had walked 36 and struck out 58, and he had an ERA of 3.33. Well, that's your starting lineup for both of these ball clubs. We're about 2 minutes away from action, so hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the calls here tonight. We thank you guys for checking in, whether you listen live or on delay. We'll be right back in just a bit. Our friend Titus is in the house. He says he's going to be listening while watching the game. Well, we appreciate you for being here. We'll be right back in just a couple moments with all the action. Welcome back, everybody. Daiki Tajima has just taken to the hill. He is going to be ready to get himself going here. We'll be back in 30 with all the action in just a moment. It is going to be the Buffaloes and the Marines tonight for Game 2 of the Climax Series in the Pacific League. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Daiki Tajima is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we're going to be ready to get this one underway in just a couple moments. I have to say, for the as classy a ball club as they're putting out on the field, the Orix Buffaloes are not filling up the seats. It looks like there is going to be some empty holes in the seats tonight for this matchup between Tajima and Mercedes. So if you are in the Osaka area and are looking to get some tickets for the game, you should have no problems being able to get a few tickets for this one here tonight. Well, leading it off for the Marines here tonight, it's going to be Ojino, Fujioka, and Ishikawa to face the lefty Tajima. I might as well put it out there if I was making a prediction on this game here tonight, because sometimes we are asked. I'm leaning toward the Marines in this one. They've got to win this game. This is as big well, we can always say it's a must-win game. They lose this game, they'll be down 3 bagel in the series. And then they basically would have to win out with 4 straight, and I don't think they can do that. So for them to have a chance, they're going to have to get a victory here tonight. Ojino, Fujioka, and Ishikawa to get things going here against Tajima. The first pitch of the ball game is going to be at 6:02 local time, and the first pitch is underway. It's a fastball that just misses outside for a ball. The count is 1-0. Ojino enjoying himself a really nice playoff run here. He is 7 for 15 in the playoffs with a homer and 2 RBIs. He's been the consummate table setter. Offense has not been the issue for the Marines so far. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. There's plenty of offense to go around. The issue has been more along the lines of them allowing the runs. Their pitching has to be a little bit better than what it has been. So here comes the 2-0 offering as the lefty kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and it's now 3-0 to Ojino. Last night, the Marines got off to a fast start as they put out 3 runs in the first inning. The first 2 hitters had hit balls right back to Yamamoto, and he was unable to stop them. 3 balls and no strikes as the lefty delivers a fastball that misses outside, and he has walked Ojino on 4 straight pitches to begin the ball game. So Ojino is aboard, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Yudai Fujioka. One of the things that we commented on in the first series was the lack of production from the bottom 4 hitters in the batting order for both the Marines and the Hawks. Well, last night for Chiba, they had 3 hits from their bottom 4 players. Hiromi Oka had a pair, and Koki Yamaguchi, who's not in the lineup tonight, had a single as well. So they're going to need production from that bottom 4 in the batting order if they are going to do some damage here against the Buffaloes. Buffaloes are a very strong and deep hitting ball club. There's a fastball that misses inside to Fujioka, and that's going to bring out the catcher Tomoya Mori, as it's been 5 straight balls to start the game here by Tajima. Defensively tonight for the Buffaloes, while this conference goes on, it's a few changes that they've made from left to right field. Left field, it's Yatara Sugimoto. That stays the same. And center field, it's Shuhei Fukuda tonight. And then Taishi Haruka gets the start in right field. Around the horn from first to third, Kai Nakagawa moves into the infield. He's playing first base tonight. At second, it is Marwin Gonzalez. He moves off the one bag to second base. The shortstop is still Kobayashi, and Mune is at third. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1 to Fujioka. The battery, of course, is Tajima and Mori. Mori got the start in right field last night as the Buffaloes were using Kenya Wakatsuki behind the plate. So here comes the 1-1 offering as the lefty Tajima delivers a fastball that Polar's in for a called strike right at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Fujioka. That was a nice job of receiving that pitch by the catcher Mori. He dropped to the one knee, got underneath the ball, and was able to steal that strike for his left-handed starter Tajima. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Lefty kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Mori couldn't hang on to it as it was tipped into his mitt. It's going to remain 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fujioka. Last night, Yoshinobu Yamamoto was not his typical self, but he was able to battle for the Marines and get them 7, or for the Buffaloes and get them 7 strong innings last night. Giving up the 3 runs in the first inning, and he was able to settle down after that. There's a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and Fujioka goes in the books. He's gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. Well, for Ishikawa in the playoffs, he is 1 for 4. He gets the start in left field tonight. It seems like that the Marines manager is settled on both Ishikawa and Kakanaka platooning out there in left field. And he gets the nod tonight against the left-handed starter, Kakanaka. Of course, a left-handed batter getting the starts against the right-handed pitching. So Tajima gets his sign from his catcher, and he delivers the first pitch. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count is quickly 0-1. So ever since that conference, after he threw 5 straight balls, now it is 5 straight strikes for the left-hander. So whatever Tomoya Mori said, he definitely resonated that with the lefty Tajima. So here comes the 0-1 offering as Tajima checks the runner. Now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded through the 4-hole into right field. Rounding second and heading to third is Ogino. Here comes the throw. It's going to be offline. Mune comes off the bag to field it, and a good piece of base running by Ishikawa as he's going to cruise into second on the throw. So Ogino goes from first to third. We're going to give Ishikawa a single on that one, and as he goes to second on the throw from the right fielder Haruka. Haruka's throw was offline, was not a very good throw. And in safely at third is Ogino. So runners at second and third, and that brings Gregory Polanco to the plate. This is eerily similar to last night. The infield is playing in here. Polanco drove in a couple of runs back in the first inning in yesterday's ball game. Here he's got an opportunity to do it again here tonight. So the Marines looking to jump on the Buffaloes early and often here. The left side of the infield is definitely in. We didn't get a glimpse to see what the right side was doing. Last night they had the second baseman playing very deep to give up the run for the out on a ball to the right side. There is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Last night it was a double into the right center field gap that plated the first 2 runs of the ball game. Polanco waving the bat, and they've done the same setup tonight. The left side of the infield is on the grass. The first baseman, Nakagawa, is probably about 15 feet off the base, and certainly Gonzalez is trading runs for the outs here. And there's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Polanco. Last night they chose to pitch to Polanco, and he made the Buffaloes pay. But that was against the right-hander Yamamoto. Tonight it is the lefty Tajima who is going head-to-head with him. So no balls and 2 strikes. Any ground ball to the right side would plate 1. Here comes the offering now from Tajima. He kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is grounded to the right side. Fielded by Gonzalez. They throw to first. That's going to retire Polanco. But on the ground out, he's going to pick himself up an RBI as he drives in the first run of the ball game as Takashi Ogino is going to cross the plate. It is going to advance Ishikawa over to third. And it is a 1-0 ball game here for the Marines, and that's going to bring Hiromi Oka to the plate. That's the 7th RBI in the series for Polanco, or in the playoffs, I should say. He is absolutely on fire. I believe that's the 4th one in this series alone, and we're only one inning into the second game. And here comes the offering from the left-hander Tajima, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Oka. Oka having himself a nice playoffs. He's 5 for 11. He's got no homers and no RBIs, nothing on the slash line. One thing to note with the Marines is that nobody has stolen a base yet for them in this series or in the other one. There's a fastball that is waved at and missed, and the count runs even to 1-1. Our friend Gabriel is in the house. We welcome him as well. Brother Nick in here too. We thank you for stopping in. He's cheering for Chiba. Thanks for popping in here tonight, fellas. As here comes the 1-1 offering as Tajima delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly to short, fielded by Kirby-Ashi. He fires to first, and that is going to retire Oka on a ground out 6-3 for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for inning number 1, or at least the half inning for Chiba. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was a runner left aboard. Your score as we are through a half inning, it is the Marines 1 and the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. The Buffaloes are coming to bat in their half of the first when we return after this. Appreciate you all for jumping in here with us tonight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. We'll be back in just a moment. 1-0 for the Marines right after this. Welcome back, everybody. CC Mercedes is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get the bottom of the first inning underway. The veteran left-hander here is looking to make his mark in the playoffs. The former Yomiuri Giant had himself a subpar season this year for the Marines. The first pitch is a fastball swung on. This is lined into center field. Coming hard is Oka, and he slides and makes the catch. And with 1 pitch, there is a 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Well, for Mune, he's 2 for 3 in the playoffs. He had a solid game last night, and he has no homers and an RBI. 7 players in the lineup return tonight for the Buffaloes of the 9 who played in last night's ball game. And here's the first offering to Mune. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Mune's hit last night that was really, really strange. It was an important part of the ball game. Was right off the end of the bat, and he cued it down the third baseline. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Mune. Mune batting from the left side here against the left-handed throwing Mercedes. There's a fastball that misses down. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 to Mune here as Mercedes rocks into the windup and delivers a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's grounded foul down the third base line, and the count goes now even at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-handed hitting third baseman as Mercedes delivers again. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit past the diving second baseman Nakamura into right field. And Mune is going to be aboard with a 1-out single. That's going to bring up the catcher Tomoya Mori. One thing I got to say about the Buffaloes in last night's game is the Marines would do some damage and the Buffaloes would come right back. And that's going to be something that they're going to have to address here. Their pitchers have got to put up a 0 when they get the momentum. Getting that run in the first inning and now trying to keep them off the board is going to be important here. So Maury steps to the plate. He was 1 for 4 in last night's ball game. He had a 2-out double in the first inning of yesterday's affair. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Maury. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the lefty delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now runs even to 1-1. Maury waits in on the offering. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that just misses down, and it's now going to be 2 balls and 1 strike. I have to say, sometimes with the officiating, not just in the NPB, but Major League Baseball as well, you watch how the umpires officiate, and it makes you wonder sometimes. Certainly, Maury is the catcher. It looks like he's protecting or being protected by the home plate umpire. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. Those last 2 pitches look pretty good, although I have to say the way that the catcher for the Marines, Tamura, received that one might not have warranted a strike for that last pitch, but now it's 3-1 to Maury. As Mercedes delivers a fastball, this is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. Rounding second is Mune, and Maury's got himself a single here, and the Buffalo crowd that's in attendance here is enjoying this. You have to get a check here, as that looked like Mune may have held up at second base. I got to get a look at this one as Ogino came in. Ogino's been flashing not just the leather, but also the arm. It is first and second. Mune had to hesitate to make sure that ground ball got by him. And in that effort there, he ended up hesitating and not being able to go all the way around to third base. Well, that brings Leandro Cedeno to the plate. And the first pitch to Cedeno is a fastball. This is lifted into the left center field gap. Giving chase is okay. He's not going to get it. Ball's going to get down. Mune is going to cross the plate. And Leandro Cedeno has got himself a single. A long one at that. And that is going to bring Maury all the way around over to third. And we've got ourselves a tie ball game. A nice play there by Hiromi Oka to get going into the left center field gap. He caught it and able to do so, was able to get it in quick. That held Cedeno to a long single. If that ball would have got past him, Cedeno would have been standing on second, and Maury might have had a chance to be able to score as well. So an RBI single for Cedeno. We're all locked up at ones. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Yataro Sugimoto. It just doesn't get any easier for the opposition pitchers. The Buffalo's hitters are very, very deep. They can go a number of players deep. I look at this lineup and I say they've got 7 guys in the order who can swing it here. Our friend Rhodes Scholar in the house tonight. And we welcome you into the stream as well, as we've had some others who have announced their presence. Here's the first offering to Sugimoto. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Sugimoto in the playoffs is 1 for 4. We got CV baseball card collector in here as well. Caesar burning the midnight oil. And we welcome you into the stream. Mercedes working to the set position. Here he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to get another run in. Ogino is going to field it. Mori's going to come home with the second run on the RBI single by Sugimoto. And now the Buffaloes have a 2-1 lead. Cedeno does stop at second base. So an RBI single here for Sugimoto, and now we've got Kentaro Kobayashi coming to the dish. So a 2-1 ball game. If you are just getting here late and you're getting into your seat, you're not a happy camper because already 3 runs have been scored. So if you're just getting off the train from Sugimoto, or if you're in Shinsebashi and you've got here a little bit late, you're going to be lamenting the fact that you have. Here's the first offering to Kobayashi, and it's a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1. Kobayashi was 2 for 4 in last night's game. He drove in 3 of the 8 Buffaloes runs. As he waits here on the offering from the lefty Mercedes, there's a fastball that just misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Mercedes gets the sign from his catcher Tamura. He works himself set to the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-0. I have to say, I've had a hard time tonight getting into the groove of the home plate umpire. If I said that he's squeezing both of the pitchers, I wouldn't be unfair in saying that. Certainly, Tajima didn't get his share of calls in the top half. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. It's now 3-1 to Kobayashi. Makes it really tough if you're having to throw cookies across the plate to these hitters, as they won't be able to put a charge into the baseball. So here comes the 3-1 offering as Mercedes kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball's lined into right field. This is going to get down for a base hit. Ogino fields it. Stopping at third is Cedeno. And that is 5 hits in a row delivered by the Marines after the flyout by Nakagawa. So Cedeno is the runner at third. Sugimoto the runner at second. Kobayashi on the base hit is at first, and that's going to bring Marwin Gonzalez to the plate. And I have to say, the approach of the hitters by the Buffaloes, Sugimoto going the other way, Kobayashi going the other way, not trying to do too much, staying inside the ball and hitting behind the runners and trying to do their job to, at the bare minimum, get runners advanced. So here comes the right-handed hitting Gonzalez, or at least he's hitting right-handed in this situation. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0. Gonzalez was 0 for 2 in last night's affair with a couple of walks. Gets the start at second base tonight. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1 for the Buffaloes here in the bottom of the first inning. They fell behind 1-0 in the top of the first, as it was a RBI ground up by Gregory Polanco who put the Marines up in front. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Moving back on it is Oka. He's going to make the catch. Tagging at third is Cedeno. The throw goes into second. All the runners had tagged. The throw went into second, and Kobayashi was tagged. I want to see if they're going to take a look at this, because if Kobayashi is ruled out, that could take the run off the board for Cedeno. Let's see what's going to happen here. The play was far too close at second base, and that would have erased the run at the plate. We're going to get a look at the replay ourselves. I don't know if they're going up to have a look at this yet, but Oka made the catch. He fired it in, and the tag was actually not applied. Probably if he was in a better position to receive the throw, the second baseman Nakamura would have been able to potentially put the tag on Kobayashi. And there's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Shuhei Fukuda. Our friend CV asks if Gonzalez was the former Astro. Yes, indeed it was, as he is in the lineup here. On the season, Fukuda only hit a $191. as he takes a fastball down and the count runs even at 1-1. So runners at second and third here with 2 outs. Sugimoto, the runner at third. Kobayashi, the runner at second. 3-1 lead for the Buffaloes. As the lefty Mercedes delivers, there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. The other game that's going on in the NPB tonight, of course, is between the Carp and the Tigers, and the Carp have jumped out to a 1-0 lead. That game is in the top of the second inning. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Fujioka. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Fukuda on a ground out 6-3 for the third out of the inning. But there was damage done, and lots of it here at the bottom of the first inning. 3 runs in the inning on the benefit of 5 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 1 complete. Your score is the Buffaloes 3 and the Marines 1. We'll be back in just a couple of moments with all the action. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Drops Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 6, 7, 8 hitters to come to bat for the Marines in their half of the second inning. It'll be Hisanori Yasuda, Kenta Chitani, and Tetsuhiro Tamura to face the lefty Daiki Tajima. And that was a whole lot of offense. I'm not sure what the over-under for the first 5 innings were in this one here, but you have to be probably approaching the over pretty quickly. Here's the first pitch from Tajima. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Yasuda. Yasuda 5 for 13 in the playoffs. He's been playing quite well, as he has carried that over from the first round against the Fukuoka Ball Club. There's a fastball swung on it, is popped up down the third base line. There's going to be space, and it is going to be hauled in by Mune, and Yasuda is gone for the first out of the inning. 1 gone, and that brings up Kenta Chitani. Well, Chitani gets the start tonight in place of Koki Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi did get off the schneid last night with a base hit, but he has had an absolute rugged playoff. As the lefty Tajima kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Chitani only saw action in 1 game in the first series. He was 0 for 2. As he bats from the right side here against the left-handed throwing Tajima, and there's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. Tatsuhiro Tamura waits his turn on deck for the Marines. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. Count goes to 1-2 on Chitani. Game 2 action here. But as a reminder, the series lead is 2-0 for the Buffaloes. They get a 1-0 lead to start the Climax series. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2 on Chitani. I kind of like that in some ways. It's in the first team to win 4 games, but the team that has the first place spot as well as the home field advantage gets all the advantages. So the Buffaloes enjoying a 2-0 series lead. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It's chopped softly over to short. Fielded by Kirby-Yashi. He has to hurry. He's going to be able to retire the speedy Chitani on a ground out 6-3. So 2 gone here, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Tatsuhiro Tamura. And our friend Influence is back in the house tonight. We welcome you back in and appreciate you for being here. As we mentioned, we'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow. And if the Marines were to come back and win this ball game here tonight, as Tamura waits on the first offering, it's a fastball that misses down and in for a ball, and the count is 1-0. If the Marines were to win this ball game here tonight, obviously it would set up a couple of more ball games, but then it's night to night, depending on how they do. I just don't think they can come back and win 4 straight against the Buffaloes. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1 to Tamura. So in my books here, they've got to win this game tonight. Then that gives them at least a fighting chance. Losing tonight, they're down 3-0 in the series, and they'd have to win 4 straight, and I don't see that happening. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field. Coming in on it is the right fielder Haruka. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it. That's going to retire Tamura for the 3rd out of the inning. And as they go in order here, 1-2-3 to the Marines. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 3 and the Marines 1. Stick around, everybody. The bottom of the 2nd is just around the corner. We appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Our friend Brother Nick showing his displeasure for the Buffaloes, that is for sure. You know, when I saw the Buffaloes play, just over 6 weeks ago, I saw them in Kobe. And that ball game there, against the Saitama Cebu Lions, not at capacity, lots of empty seats all the way around. And tonight, the game, when I see the Buffaloes, I think of the Tampa Bay Rays. The upper deck, certainly in left field and in left center. Lots of empty seats for this one. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Now, I do know it's a midweek game, but it is the Climax series, and you'd think that there would be people in the seats, but maybe most of the eyes are on the attention of the series that's going on the other side of Osaka, as that breaking ball drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1 to Haruka. Haruka making his first appearance of the Climax series as he swings at a fastball and fouls it away. Count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last time we peeked in, it was the Carp with a 1-0 lead over the Tigers. And there is a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 1-2. Our friend Titus says it's nearing the end of the week. Yeah, well, it's a Thursday ball game. You are right. It is nearing the end of the week. And you would think that the weekend crowds would be better. It is Thursday in Japan. As the pitch comes in, it's a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. Oh, Haruka doesn't like the call, but he stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by. late call from the home plate umpire. We get a look at the replay. That pitch there, nothing wrong with that one. Not sure what Haruka was looking at, but he's gone for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Kai Nakagawa. Well, for Nakagawa, he began the ball game with a line drive out to center field as Hiromi Oka had to get on his horse and make a sliding catch. The first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Nakagawa. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. Just as a note, it was 26 pitches in the first inning for Mercedes. He is at 33 right now here in the second inning, as the lefty rocks into the windup and delivers. And there is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. I say down, I assume it's down because it has to be what the home plate umpire is seeing. Sometimes I'm not sure what we are. Certainly the catchers on both sides pause quite a bit. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle. Sliding to make the stop is Fujioka. He does a 360 and throws to first. Oh, that was an exciting play. Nice job there by Fujioka. That's going to retire Nakagawa for the second out of the inning. Ground out 6-3. When he made that play, Fujioka kind of reminded me of the old Toronto Blue Jays shortstop John McDonald, who had played for the Red Sox and I believe the Oakland Athletics. Those would be the type of plays he would make, sliding to his knees and getting up and making throws to be able to retire runners. Great play. First pitch fastball delivered to Yuma Mune misses down, and the count is 1-0. Mune, who's at the plate here, is 1 for 1 tonight. He scored the first run for the Buffaloes, as there is a breaking ball that just misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Mune in the playoffs now 3 for 4, with no homers and 1 RBI. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1 to Mune. Buffalo's in their home whites tonight. That is the black tops and the white pants for the Marines. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the right side of the infield. Nakamura goes into the 4-hole to get it. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Mune on a ground out 4-3, and he goes in the books for the third out of the inning. And that will do it here. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 2 complete. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 3 and the Chiba Lotte Marines 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the third when we return. We appreciate you guys for hanging out here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Daiki Tajima who is coming on again for inning number 3, and he'll be facing the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order for Chiba. That means Shogo Nakamura, Takashi Ojino, and Yudai Fujioka. We were examining, as I've been speaking about the last few games, the bottom 4 hitters in the batting order and what they will possibly potentially do. When you look at the damage last night that the Buffalo's bottom 4 did against the Marines, it was eye-popping. 5 of the 8 runs last night were scored in the bottom 4 hitters of the order. First pitch fastball swung on and missed by Nakamura, and the count is quickly 0-1. Nakamura, 1 for 11 in the playoffs. He has really struggled. As the left-hander Tajima kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball waved out and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. Makes me wonder if Nakamura is battling some sort of injury or ailment. I know he's struggled throughout the year, but this is definitely a different hitter than what we witnessed last year. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shogo Nakamura. Lefty Tajima working here, ready to go as he kicks and delivers. Another fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. But in last night's ball game, we were talking about the bottom 4. There were 16 plate appearances. That was Gonzalez, Kobayashi, Mune, and Wakatsuki. They accounted for 5 hits in those spots, and they also, as there's a fastball that goes all the way to the backstop, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Nakamura. They also drew themselves a couple of walks in those spots. As the lefty kicks and fires, there's a fastball swung on and missed. Nakamura goes in the books for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Takashi Ogino. Just to finish my thought on that bottom 4 of the Orix batting order last night, and once you take away the sacrifice, so they were 5 for 13 with a couple of walks, as well as scoring 5 runs. Well, that's going to be tough to beat. On the flip side of the coin, we'll take a look at the Marines, and there's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Ogino. Ogino walked in the first inning, and he came around to score the first run of the ball game for the Marines. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Ogino. That one was under the hands on the inside corner. On the flip side of the coin, it was 16 plate appearances for the Marines last night in those final 4 spots. So there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2 to Ogino. And unlike their counterparts, they only had 2 hits. They did have a check that they had 3 hits, but they had 2. They did have a sacrifice bunt. There's a fastball that misses inside. So they were 3 for 15 with a sacrifice. And that is where that game was won and lost last night. Bottom 4 hitters in the batting order. So here comes the 2-2 pitch to Ogino. Fastball swung on it, is lifted into shallow right center field. Moving in on it is the center fielder, and that is Fukuda, and he's going to make the catch. And Ogino goes in the books for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. That is now 7 in a row retired by the starter Tajima, as he has started to lock himself into a groove here. Well, that brings Yudai Fujioka to the plate. Fujioka 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. He's 5 for 16 in the playoffs. Here comes the first offering. It's a breaking ball that misses low, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty Tajima working deliberately. He kicks and fires. There's another fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. Curious to see what kind of distance Tajima is going to give the Buffaloes here tonight. I would think they want to try to get at least 5 out of the lefty here. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-1. I say that because I've seen Tajima pitch a few times before, and once they get into that 6th inning, it just seems like the other teams get onto him. He doesn't have that ability to go the full distance, or even to take them into the deep water of the 7th and 8th innings. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Fujioka. 3 balls and 1 strike. Lefty leans in, gets his sign, checks, and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lifted into the seats down the left field line. The count now goes to full on Fujioka. As I said, you can see the empty seats in the upper deck and in left field. Lots of empty seats. So if you're in that Osaka area and you want to get a ticket, it won't be a problem. You shouldn't have to get them in advance for this one. There's a fastball that misses down. That's going to be ball 4. Fujioka is going to get himself a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. Well, for Ishikawa, he is 1 for 1 tonight as he single in his only trip to the plate. 2 for 5 now in the playoffs. I have to say, though, probably the right idea, platooning Ishikawa and Kakanaka, lefties and righties. Both players have had decent run here in the playoffs. Very productive between the two of them. So the right-handed hitting Ishikawa waiting here on the offering from the lefty Tajima, who kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Our friend Brother Nick says he loses again. No way Chiba coming back on this egg roll. Well, I guess we're going to have to wait and see. I just can't see Chiba winning the series, but they're going to have to win a game or two somewhere. Fastball misses inside, and the count is now 1-1. I wouldn't write the Marines off yet here in this affair. Lots of action still to go in this one. As I said, this is a must-win game, in my opinion, for the Marines. They lose this one, they go down 3-0 in the series. And then you can pretty much say, I don't think they're going to win 4 straight. Might win a game, but not 4 straight. But they win tonight, then they've got life. And one would have to think we're going to see Roki Sasaki in here somewhere. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to short, fielded by Kirby-Ashi. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Ishikawa on a ground out 6-3. And that is going to do it here for the third out of the inning. Well, there was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and there was a runner stranded. We are now through 2.5. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 3 and the Chiba Lotte Marines 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a couple moments with all the action. We appreciate you guys for hanging out here with us tonight. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back to everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat for the Buffaloes in this one. It'll be Tomoya Mori, Leandro Cedeno, and Yataro Sugimoto to face the lefty CC Mercedes. All 3 of these hitters had singles against Mercedes in the first inning, but he has now settled down as he's retired 5 straight Buffaloes batters. So Mori steps to the plate, 1 for 1 tonight, 2 for 5 in the series. He also came around and scored the second run of the ball game. As the first pitch is offered from Mercedes, there's a fastball swung on and it's lifted foul into the seats. We're on the third base side. The count is 0-1. I have to tell you, Maury, in my opinion, never ever gets cheated. He comes out swinging as soon as he steps out of the dugout. Here comes the 0-1 pitch as Mercedes rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. Maury is a very aggressive hitter. He's got a lot of violence in the swing. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Mercedes delivers a slow breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. I also will go and say that I think tonight that the game will become the battle of the bullpens yet again, as they will have to go to the pens a little bit early in this one. If they get 5 from the starters, that'll be a good thing. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. Lefty Mercedes ready to go, but now Maury has asked for time as he steps out of the batter's box, and we'll do this all over again. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as the lefty kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and tapped foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mercedes gets his sign from his catcher and he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball down. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say Maury didn't go, and that's going to run the count full to 3-2. There's lots of movement with Maury at the plate. He's got this massive leg kick. He's just flying all over the place. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 3-2 to Maury. He's just got all this movement. Everything is just going in every single direction. So Mercedes rocking into the windup. He kicks and delivers. There's another fastball swung on and another ball fouled away. And the count still remains full. This is turning into a marathon at bat. It's going to be the 9th pitch to come here in a moment. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Mercedes wins the battle, but had 9 pitches to do it. He retires Maury on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Leandro Cedeno. Well, for Cedeno tonight, he is 1 for 1. He singled and drove in a run his first time up. 2 for 4 now in the series. Cedeno's ball was cut off by Oka in the left center field gap. If Oka didn't get to the ball, that probably could have meant even more runs for the Buffaloes. As there's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Cedeno waits here. He swings through a fastball, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to the big fella. He has been a jewel for the ball club. I remember him in the exhibition season wearing a training number, as he was signed as a training player or development player. He was wearing something like 123 in the exhibition games. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, as the lefty delivers a slow breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-2. Those are some of my favorite numbers. The players come out and they're wearing triple digits. So here comes the offering from the lefty, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Mercedes walked the ladder, and Cedeno swung through it. He's gone for the second out of the inning. 2 gone here, and that's going to leave it up to Yataro Sugimoto. That's now 7 retired here by Mercedes after he gave up 5 consecutive singles in the first inning. So Sugimoto 1 for 1 tonight. He drove in a run his first time up, and he swings at a fastball, and that's going to be lifted foul into the seats down the first base line. Count is quickly 0-1. Sugimoto 1 for 4 entering the fray tonight after last night's affair. So 2 for 5 now in the series with a pair of runs batted in. And here's the pitch. It's a slow breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 1-1. Brother Nick said Buffalo's 5, Chiba 2. I wonder if that's what his brain was thinking. Here comes the 1-1 pitch as Mercedes rocks into the windup. Kicks and delivers. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Sugimoto. Well, as I said at the outset of the game, and you can go back and check my stuff, I was on the Marines bandwagon for this one. I still am. They've got to win this ball game. As I said, if not, then they've got to pull up 4 straight, and I just don't think they can do it. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 2-2. If anything, tonight, I could also see this game ending in a 12-inning tie. Marines come back, and the next thing you know is they battle to a tie, and that just adds an extra game to the docket. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Sugimoto. It can happen here as well. You can get the extra games if they go to a tie. They do play 12 innings right now, and the latter games would get into the sort of the sudden death affair. I forget how all that intricacies of the system works. So I have to go back and read up on it. Can go to a 7th or an 8th game in the series if they had to. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting left fielder of the Buffaloes. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the right field line, giving chase. If it's going to land fair, it's going to be trouble, but it's just going to slice foul. Oh, boy. A right fielder, Ogino, had to go into the corner to try to get it. That ball was scorched. That ball just sliced foul. The right field umpire was right there on the call, maybe only about 6 inches foul. Our friend Banjo in the house tonight, he says 12 innings. No, I need to get to bed at a reasonable time. Yeah, we're definitely not pulling for the 12-inning affair tonight. Maybe on the weekend, but definitely not tonight. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. It remains to Sugimoto. He bats here with nobody on and 2 gone here in the last half of the third. And here's the pitch from Mercedes. It's a slow breaking ball that's hooked foul the other way down the left field line. Count remains at 3-2. Should Mercedes be able to retire Sugimoto in this inning? It's not been an easy inning for the left-hander. 9 pitches to battle Tomoya Mori. Struck Cedeno out on 4, and here he is on pitch number 8 to Sugimoto. As the lefty rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball swung on, and another one fouled away. This time it goes back down the first base line. The count remains at 3-2. I kind of like Mercedes in some ways. I saw him pitched a couple times this year. Didn't know what to expect when he came over from the Giants. I like the big fella. He doesn't throw particularly hard. Sits in the low 90s. As the 3-2 is on the way. Here comes the pitch. Fastball that just misses outside. It's going to be ball 4, and Sugimoto wins the battle. He's got himself a 2-out walk. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. But the one thing I notice about Mercedes, he doesn't have that one dominating pitch. He's got to be able to keep hitters off balance. He's got to be able to command both sides of the strike zone. But he doesn't have a wipeout slider. He doesn't have a nasty breaking ball. He doesn't have a split finger pitch that will buckle knees. He just doesn't have that in his arsenal. And that is the difference, in my opinion, for him. There's a first pitch fastball delivered to Kobayashi, and the count is quickly 0-1. When you think of certain players, they can dial up the heat and blow it by guys. Well, that's not his deal. So no balls and 1 strike to Kobayashi as the lefty Mercedes works to the belt. He checks the runner. Now delivers a slow breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. All the scoring in this one has come in the first inning. And it is settled down after that. Here's the 3-1 offering. And instead, they throw over to first base, and getting back safely is Sugimoto. That's kind of funny, actually, because the pitcher throws over to first. They don't see this in Major League Baseball, but Kobayashi took a swing, even though the throw went over to first base. It was kind of interesting that that's what he did. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And there's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field, and it's going to hold up just enough for Oka to be able to make the catch, and that is going to retire Kobayashi. He hit the ball hard right to the center fielder, and that is going to do it for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There was a runner stranded aboard. We're now through 3 complete. Your score is the Buffaloes 3 and the Marines 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. 3-1 as we move to the 4th.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 4th inning, and our friend Louie in the house, and we welcome you back into the stream today. It is a 3-1 lead for the Buffaloes. All the runs for both the ball clubs came in the first inning. The Marines opened the scoring after Gregory Polanco was able to bang home Takashi Ogino on a groundout. That opened the scoring 1-0, and then it was a series of 5 singles in a row by the Buffaloes as Mune, Mori, Cedeno, Sugimoto, and Kobayashi all had singles, and then a sacrifice fly by Gonzalez was able to bring the 3rd run in. So Polanco's going to lead it off. It'll be the heart of the batting order here for Chiba. Polanco, Oka, and Yasuda to face the lefty Tajima. As the left-hander works to the belt, and now he's ready to go. And the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul. Just past the bag at first base, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Polanco. Daiki Tajima, 47 pitches in his 3 innings of work. He's been fairly efficient, and he's been almost right on schedule with what you would expect. As the lefty is working himself to the belt and now delivers. Fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Polanco. So no balls and 2 strikes. Tajima, the lefty, ready to go again. Enjoying a 3-1 lead here. Here's the pitch. Fastball that spiked up to the plate. Count now goes to 1-2 on Polanco. I'll be curious to see, as I said, how long they stay with Tajima, and then how they're going to use their bullpen to try to close this out if they can. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. All I keep thinking about is Shota Abbey, who coming into the ball game to pitch. Maybe in the later innings, saw him pitch in Kobe earlier this year and was not very impressed, and we saw him struggle in the month of September. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul into the seats down the left field line. Count remains at 2-2, and I just think of maybe 1 or 2 Buffalo pitchers that certainly have struggled along the way. Maybe wouldn't stay in the ball game. I found it last night very fascinating that the pitcher for the Marines got the hook as quickly as he did in relief. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and it's now 3-2. For those of you who are with us, it was the reliever Toshiya Nakamura who was in the ball game. And last night he didn't retire an out. He walked the hitter. He gave up a double. He walked another hitter. And it was actually in the process of a 2-0 count to Gonzalez. He got hooked in the middle of a batter. There's a fastball swung on. This is going to be lifted foul behind home plate, and the count remains at 3-2 to Polanco. I can't remember a pitcher other than in an injury situation in Major League Baseball getting hooked in the middle of a at bat. But I guess the Marines manager had seen enough and pulled him out as quickly as he could get him out. And straight down the tunnel he went. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded back up the middle, stopped by the pitcher. Nice play there by Tajima. Oh, Yoshinobu Yamamoto should be taking notes on that one. That's how you field your position. That's going to go down as a ground out, 1-3 for the first out of the inning. You got to tip your hat there to the big fella Polanco. That was a quality at bat. 8 pitches there to be able to retire Polanco for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the center fielder Hiromi Oka. Well, for Oka, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He is grounded to the shortstop his only time up. And the first pitch fastball is swung on. It is hit hard right to the third baseman, Mune. He fields it and he throws to first, and that's going to retire Oka on a ground out, 5-3 for the second out of the inning. That's 2 in the books, and it's going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. Well, Yasuda 0 for 1 in the ball game tonight, 5 for 14 in the playoffs. As he strides to the plate here to face Tajima for the second time tonight. Lefty gets his sign from the catcher Mori, and he's ready to go. Here comes the offering. As he kicks and delivers a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty Tajima ready to go again as he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner, and the count runs even at 1-1. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow, and then potentially again on the weekend, as we have set the schedule. So everything that you'll see that is up, we're going to try to do a double dip on Saturday between the Tigers and the Reds. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined softly right to the glove of the second baseman, Gonzalez, and that is going to do it. Yasuda is gone for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 3.5. Your score is the Chiba Lotte Marines trailing the Orix Buffaloes 3-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 4th inning. When we return after this, we appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is a 1-1 ball game at the other end of Osaka at the Koshin Stadium. The Carp and the Tigers locked at ones. Carp scored a run in the top of the first inning, and in the bottom of the second, the Tigers responded. So 1-1 is the score in that one, as that is what you're looking at right now. Just checking on the stats on that game to see where or how things were going. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike to Marwin Gonzalez, and the count is 0-1. Gonzalez tonight had a sacrifice fly to center field to drive in a run in the first inning. 0 for 2 in the playoffs so far for Gonzalez. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field, but underneath it with a lot of space is Oka, and he's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Gonzalez for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Shuhei Fukuda. It's been a busy night so far for the center fielder, Oka. He has 4 of the 10 outs already recorded in the ball game. And there has been 7 balls put in play. 4 of them he's retired. 3 strikeouts for Mercedes in this one, as there's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes it is. And now Fukuda squares to bunt, and Mercedes delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. Fukuda pulled back on that one. So 2 balls and no strikes. Lefty again delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Again, Fukuda showed bunt, but that time he didn't look serious about doing it. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. Lefty rocks into the windup. He kicks and delivers. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count now is 2-2 on Fukuda. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Mercedes rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lined right to the first baseman, Chitani, who leaps in the air and makes the catch. Oh boy, Fukuda hit that one hard. He's going to feel a little bit disappointed in that one. That ball that wasn't able to get through. Nice job there by Chitani to crawl up the ladder. Fukuda retired, stopped in his tracks as he was coming down the line. He's gone for the second out of the inning. And it'll bring up the right fielder, Taishi Haruka. First pitch to Haruka was a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Haruka struck out looking his first time up as the lefty Mercedes delivers a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes even at 1-1. It's Haruka's first playoff action here tonight. Both he and Fukuda inserted into the lineup. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Cutting it off is the left fielder, Ishikawa, and he's going to fire it back in as Haruka has got himself a 2-out single. That's going to turn over the batting order to Kai Nakagawa. And as we said, the difference makers in the lineup last night was the bottom 4 hitters. Well, that's the second time through the order for the Buffaloes. They would be 2 for 7 with a sacrifice fly tonight in this one so far. The Marines, on the other hand, 0 for 5 with their bottom 3 to come to bat in the next half inning. So here's the first offering to Nakagawa. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is quickly no balls and 1 strike. And Nakagawa 0 for 2 tonight. He has lined to center and grounded to short in his 2 trips to the plate. Bottom of the 4th inning. 3-1 scoreline for the Buffaloes as the lefty fires over to first base. And just making it back safely is the runner, Haruka. This is a good place to run here with Nakagawa at the plate. Got to keep your eye on Haruka here. If he gets thrown out, you got the top of the order to bat. Again, they throw over to first base. And again, getting back safely is the base runner. I say that because if he gets thrown out, you got Nakagawa to lead it off. If he steals the base, you got Nakagawa with a shot to try to bang him home. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Nakagawa. And even in this situation here, if you run and you get thrown out, Nakagawa if it's a ball, if it's not a strike, then you've got a situation where he'll lead off the next inning fresh. So Nakagawa in the hole 0-2. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Left-hander against the right-hander here as Mercedes again throws over to first base, and again getting back in time is Haruka. So they must be thinking the same thing that we are. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the lefty works himself to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to short. Fujioka fields it. He flips it over to the second baseman, Nakamura, covering, and that's going to be a fielder's choice. And that is going to race Haruka on the fielder's choice 6-4 for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, there was no runs in the inning. There was the hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 4 complete. It is the Buffaloes 3 and the Marines 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us here this morning on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. Tajima is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to resume the action here in just a couple moments. Chitani, Tamura, and Nakamura to come to bat here, as they will be facing the lefty Tajima for the 2nd time here tonight. He's just completed his warm-up tosses, and we are ready to resume the action. As we said before, 0 for 5, the bottom part of the batting order here for the Marines. If they're going to do any damage in this series, they've got to find some way to get this bottom part of the batting order to get on base and to turn it over for the top part. If not, they are going to be in some serious trouble here against the Buffaloes, who can definitely run it 7 hitters deep, if not more, on some nights. So the lefty Tajima works himself ready to go, and he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Moving over is the right fielder Haruka, and he makes the catch. Chitani is in the books for the 1st out of the inning. 1 pitch and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the catcher Tatsuhiro Tamura. One thing I also will point out is just the lack of competitive at-bats. Shogo Nakamura did work a full count in his 1st at-bat, but he ended up striking out. Everybody else, it's been pretty much easy pickings here in the bottom part of the order. As here comes the first offering from the left-hander to Tamura. That's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Tamura 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to right field, his only trip to the plate. Remember a number of years ago when I was coaching in Europe, the problem was I used to have a bottom part of my batting order that combined was hitting, it seemed like about 200. Fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-2, and you have to sit back and make a decision and say, are we better off just putting the bat on our shoulders and making the pitcher throw the ball across the plate? Take till you get 3 strikes, because it might have been worse if they would have swung early in the counts. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses way outside. The count now goes to 1-2 on Tamura. Definitely would not have been very happy with that. That is for certain. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the lefty works himself to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul down the right field line. Tajima pitches from pretty much a stretch position without runners on. He's slightly different when there is a runner on, but it really comes to a deliberate stop. Not a true windup by any stretch. Here's the 1-2. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Coming hard is Fukuda, and he's not able to come up with it, but he does make a nice play to keep it in front on the short hop. And that's going to be a 1-out single here for Tamura. So just as we've been talking about, that is the first time here that the bottom 4 in the batting order have a hit tonight. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. Well, for Nakamura, 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his only trip to the plate. 1 for 12 in the series. The captain of the Marines is just downright struggling. It's in some ways almost pitiful. You almost kind of feel bad for him here. He's had himself a couple of decent seasons, or a few decent seasons. There's a first pitch fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is 0-1 to Nakamura. Nakamura batting from the right side here against the left-handed throwing Tajima. And just as a note, once the bottom of the 5th inning is complete, we'll take our Japanese halftime break, as we like to call it, as they will have an extended mission in between. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded back to the pitcher. They go to second for 1, back to first, and it's going to be in time. And that's going to be a 1-6-3 double play to retire the side here. That's the first double play of the ball game, as Tamura erased at second and Nakamura on the back end. Well, no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score is the Marines 3 and the Buffaloes 1. If you got here late, you missed all the scoring. It was in the 1st inning. You're going to have to get to the hot dog stand a little bit quicker than before. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for the Buffaloes in their half of the 5th inning. It'll be Yumamune, Tomoya Mori, and Leandro Cedeno. We're just taking a quick peek at the pitcher's performance so far. 67 pitches in the, in the 5 innings for Tajima. That's pretty good. On the flip side of the coin, CC Mercedes, we're just looking to get his totals here in just a moment. But he has struggled a little bit more to be efficient in his pitches as he comes back out for his 5th inning of work. I would expect that he would start the 6th if he continues to do what he's been doing. 78 pitches for the left-hander through his 4 innings. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside to Mune, and the count is 1-0. Mune 1 for 2 tonight, 3 for 5 in the series. And the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and lifted into the seats down the third base line. Count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Mercedes rocking into the windup and delivers. There's a slow breaking ball swung on it. Is lifted into center field. Oka had to give up on it. He was racing in, then he plays it on the short hop, and so Mune's got yet another hit, his second of the ball game tonight. 4 for 6 in the series for the third baseman of the Buffaloes. He's got the right time to get hot. Certainly wasn't in the month of September or in October early on, as Mune has now found his gear offensively for the Buffaloes, and that is a much-needed piece for them. Well, that's going to bring up Tomoya Mori to the plate. Mori today 1 for 2. He's got a single, he scored a run, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. He is 2 for 6 in the series, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses up and in for ball 1. He is a double play candidate, though. You have to keep your eye here. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the lefty Mercedes delivers, there's a breaking ball that misses down. The count now goes to 2-0 on Mori. As we said before, we'll be back with all the action again tomorrow night. And then it'll be a more than likely after tomorrow, as there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 to Mori. It'll be, I call it game time decisions, but we're going to know night to night, depending upon how things will go, where we're going to end up being. In other words, it might be us flipping over to the Carp Tiger series if this one is done earlier. There's a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count is now 3-1 to Mori. Would like to see the Marines make a series of it, and they have the opportunity to do it here tonight. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Mori. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Remember, at the end of this half inning, we'll do our Japanese halftime break, as we will take an extended timeout to use the washroom facilities. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Moving over is making the grab is Oka. That is going to retire Mori for the first out of the inning. 1 gone, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Leandro Cedeno. That's the 5th putout recorded by the center fielder, Oka. If he was a little quicker on the jump to Mune, that would have been number 6. So very busy has been the center fielder tonight for the Chiba Lotte Marines. And now we've got a conference on the mound here as they are coming out to talk to Mercedes. And when they have a conference on the mound, it is a conference. You've got the interpreter, you got the pitching coach, you got everybody in the infield, you got the catcher. The only thing that you're missing is the trainer and the masseuse. So the conversation was probably more about how they're going to handle pitching to Cedeno here. Cedeno 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and an RBI. He's scored a run. He's also struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. As the lefty Mercedes throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Mune. I'd be shocked if Mune was put in motion here, unless Cedeno's in scoring position when he steps into the batter's box. So here comes the offering from Mercedes. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Cedeno enjoying himself a nice playoff series so far. He is 2 for 5 in the playoffs. In his career against Mercedes, he is also 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes even at 1-1. He does have an RBI in this game tonight as he drove in the first run of the ball game for the Buffaloes. Left-hander against the right-hander. Mercedes delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 1-2 on Cedeno. One would have to think that the Marines have got to start finding a way to chip away to get a run back here. They're just going to have to get it going in that top part of the batting order. As we said, it's just been an absolute mess at the bottom four. We could look at that game in and game out. But the Marines have just struggled to hit from 6 on down. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Slow breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's over the first base dugout, and the count remains at 1-2 to Cedeno. Looming on deck is the left fielder Yataro Sugimoto. All the runs came in the first inning. I'm not sure what the over-under tonight for the first 5 was. Some of our guests who are in our attendance would probably know better than me. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Cedeno down on strikes. He's gone for the second out of the inning. He's going to leave it all up to Yataro Sugimoto. The problem, of course, all the runs scored in the first inning. If the over-under is 4.5, you're probably pounding your fist right now on the table because it may not happen to get there. Marines got one at the top of the first, and the Buffaloes responded with 3 of their own in the bottom. And that is where we stand here. Everything else has just been a bunch of zeros. Throwing over to first and diving back in time is the base runner Mune. So Sugimoto waiting here on the offering from the lefty Mercedes. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. We thank everybody for checking in on the channel tonight. Whether you listen on YouTube or on Twitch, it's always great to have you. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a slow breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Sugimoto. Sugimoto all over the base pass tonight. He singled and drove in a run in the first inning. He walked and was stranded back in the third. 2 for 5 in the playoffs. As he waits on the offering here from Mercedes. Here's the pitch. Fastball missing down and away, and the count now goes to 3-0. Maybe the philosophy of the ball club is to let Kotaro Kobayashi try to beat you. He's the one who is waiting on deck. So the lefty Mercedes gets his sign from his catcher. He works himself set to the belt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count now goes 3-1 on Sugimoto. Lefty gets his sign from Tamura. And now he's ready to go again. And here comes the 3-1 pitch as he works to the belt. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. It's hit off of the pitcher, Mercedes. He picks it up and slings it to first, and that is going to retire Sugimoto. That's going to be a ground out 1-3, but it looked like it caught him on the thigh. That is going to do it here. No runs in the inning. There was the leadoff single by Mune. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 5 complete innings. Your score is the Buffaloes 3 and the Marines 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a bit. We are going to take the extended break here because, as we said before, it is what we call Japanese halftime. Allows us to get a drink and to hit the washroom and all the rest of that other stuff before we come back and bring this one home for you. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. We're going to the top of the 6th, 3-1 Buffaloes. It is a 3-1 Buffalo lead here as we're moving to the top of the 6th inning. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this from our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to go check him out after the game. Last time I looked in, he was at 540 subscribers. You could use your support and also some of your criticism and also some of your good stuff as well, the good vibes that Steve brings. He is always putting out content every single day. He really has no shame sometimes because he is a Green Bay Packer fan. Well, that's going to bring up the top of the order here in the 6th inning. It'll be Ogino, Fujioka, and Ishikawa to try to get things started here against the lefty Tajima, who is ready to go back to work as he kicks and delivers the first offering. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count is 0-1 to Ogino. Ogino 0 for 1 tonight. He did walk and score the only run of the game for the Marines back in the 1st inning. Left-hander against the right-hander. Tajima kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and tap foul, and the count now is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Buffaloes and Marines, all the scoring came in the 1st inning, and it's been a bunch of zeros after that. We'll see how this one plays out here. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Mori is set up outside, and the pitch is a fastball that misses way outside. The count now goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Holding at the belt is the lefty Tajima, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is popped up on the left side of the infield. Moving over underneath it is Kirbiashi. He's got all kinds of time and space. He makes the catch, and that's going to retire Ogino for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone here, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Yudai Fujioka. And for Fujioka, he is officially 0 for 1. He has walked and he has struck out in this one here. 5 for 16 in the series, or in the playoffs. He does have a homer and 3 RBIs. The home run, of course, was the game-tying 10th inning home run against the Hawks the other night. There's the first pitch breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. Only had 1 home run in the regular season, did Fujioka, and his only home run in the playoffs was that 3-run blast to tie the ball game in the 10th. Unreal. Here's the 1-0. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. In the ball game, I'd say the out-of-town scoreboard, it should be the crosstown scoreboard. There's that game between the Tigers and the Carper moving to the 6th inning. It's 1-1 in that one. As that last pitch is swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 1-2 to Fujioka. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 1-2. The starters in that game tonight going for the carpet was Daichi Osera. And making the start tonight for the Hanshin Tigers, Masashi Ito. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down. It's now 2-2 to Fujioka. Ito in that ball game, he entered the fray in the regular season with a 10-5 record. Had a pretty good year. Daichi Osera has been the long-time considered ace of the staff. I don't think he is anymore. I think Morishita is probably considered to be the ace of the Carp staff. Fastball that just misses outside. The count now runs full to Fujioka. But Daichi Osera, the veteran 32-year-old, did not have a great season this year. He was sub 500. He was 6-11. I think his better seasons are probably in the rearview mirror. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. And moving back onto the edge of the warning track and making the catch is Haruka. Fujioka probably feeling the good vibes of the home run, wanted to do it all over again, but he's gone for the second out of the inning. 2 gone, and that's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Shingo Ishikawa. Well, for Ishikawa, he is a 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. Marines have only got 2 hits in the ball game. He has one of them. The other one was the single by Tamura back in the last half inning in the 5th. Of course, he was erased in a double play. And here comes the offering from Tajima. It's a slow breaking ball that misses up and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Waggling the bat here is the right-handed hitting Ishikawa, waiting here on the offering from the lefty Tajima, who kicks and fires. Breaking ball misses inside. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Ishikawa again waiting on the pitch here from the lefty, who kicks and delivers. Fastball misses down. It's now 3-0. That's one thing that drives me crackers in games is with 2 outs, that's when they start allowing the base runners to reach base. Tajima's only had that happen to him once tonight. That was in the 3rd inning, and it was where he had walked Fujioka with 2 out. Here's the pitch to Ishikawa. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-1. Allowing the base runner to reach base with 2 out, but even worse is the 2-out walk. So 3 balls and 1 strike as the lefty holds set. Now delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away. That's going to be ball 4. Ishikawa is going to be aboard for the 2nd time tonight. But the worst part about it is it's going to bring Gregory Polanco to the plate. And as we know, Polanco, tied for the league lead in home runs with Hideto Asamura and Kensuke Kondo. He could turn around a pitch right here and tie the ball game with 1 stroke of the bat. So they're going to have to pitch delicately to the Dominican designated hitter, as Mori had gone out to the mound to talk to his starter, Tajima. Polanco tonight 0 for 2. He did drive in the run in the 1st inning on a ground out. He brought Oshino home. As here comes the offering. It is a fastball that misses down and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. He's got 1 homer and 7 RBIs in the playoffs so far. Polanco 5 for 16. As he waggles the bat here, waiting on the offering from the lefty. Top of the 6th inning, 3-1 Buffaloes over the Marines. As Tajima kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. Some good discipline hitting here by Polanco, and now time has called as Yumamune has come in to talk to his lefty starter Tajima. That conference is over quickly. It makes me wonder if Polanco will even see anything decent in this at bat. Hiromi Oka waits his turn on deck as the lefty Tajima holds to the set. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball missing down and away, and the count is now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Lefty-lefty matchup. Tajima ready to deliver. Here comes the 3-0. Fastball bounces up to the plate. That's going to be ball 4. You really have to say that Tajima had no intention of pitching to Polanco. He's going to bring the pitching coach out of the dugout. Ishikawa advances to second. Polanco is the runner at first. It's going to bring Hiromi Oka to the plate. 87 pitches here for the left-hander, as Hirai comes out to have a word with him. But I wouldn't think that he's going to get yanked in this situation. Oka for the playoffs, 5 for 13. 0 for 2 tonight. So he is due here in this evening's ball game. Well, that conference is over as Tomoya Mori has returned to the plate. Pitching coach Hirai back to the dugout, and we're ready to go again. So runner at second is Ishikawa. The runner at first is Polanco. The first baseman Nakagawa playing in the pocket of Polanco over at first. And Hiromi Oka at the plate. The busy man defensively tonight. First pitch is a fastball that misses low for a ball. Count is 1-0. Oka had grounded out to short and grounded to third in his 2 trips tonight. So 1 ball and no strikes it is here to the Marines starting center fielder. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field coming in. That ball is going to bounce down. It's going to get in front of Sugimoto. Rounding third and heading home with the run is Ishikawa. Stopping at third is Polanco. And the Marines have cut the lead to 3-2 with an RBI base hit here by Oka. So we got a 3-2 ball game now here. This is where it's starting to get exciting. We called this earlier. We said that you get into the 6th inning for either Mercedes or as well. Actually, that's going to be looks like, I don't know if they're going to rule that as a double or if it's going to be a single and he advances on the throw. But Oka has also got himself in scoring position here. We'll see what the official scorer has to say on that one, but he has himself an RBI. And that's going to bring up Hisanori Yasuda to the plate. Well, Yasuda has also had some pretty good playoff games to this part. There's a first pitch fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Yasuda tonight 0 for 2. He has popped out to third and popped to second. 5 for 15 in the playoffs with no homers and 3 RBIs. Still don't have an update on what the official scores will have ruled for that for Oka. And there's a pitch. It's a fastball that misses down. Two balls and no strikes to Yasuda. They do have the open base, but with 2 out here, I wouldn't be thinking that you're going to pitch around the left-handed hitting Yasuda. 3-2 is the scoreline. Marines have shown some life here as they're getting themselves back into the ballgame. Left-handed hitting Yasuda, waiting here on the left-handed thrower Tajima, who checks the runners. And here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to the right side, and it's through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to get a pair of runs in, and they've got the runner hung up between first and second, and they're going to tag out Yasuda, but not until the 2 runs have scored. He did a good job of being able to get himself kind of almost intentionally into that rundown, and he is going to get himself a single, and he's going to be thrown out 9-3-6. Well, they got 3 runs in the inning to the Marines, and they have now taken the lead 4-3. There was 3 runs on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is the Marines 4 and the Buffaloes 3. My only question is where is Rhodes Scholar? And right on cue, he jumps in and pumps his fists for all to see. We'll be back in just a few after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is a brand new ball game here as the Marines scored 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning and have taken a 4-3 lead over the Buffaloes. And it is Tajima who, as we said, you got to be on a bit of high alert there for the left-hander. He was cruising right along. And the 6th inning is a watermark, just as you have to keep your eye on the lefty CC Mercedes. But it looks like CC Mercedes' night is going to be over, as the Chiba Lotte Marines are now going into their bullpen, as they have called on the right-hander. This is Takahiro Nishimura, who is coming in relief. So Nishimura on in relief here. He's going to be getting his first action of the ball game tonight, or of the series tonight. So Mercedes' day is done. And so it's going to be Kotaro Kobayashi, Marwin Gonzalez, and Shuhei Fukuda to face the right-hander here in the 6th inning. 3 for 6 in the series is Kobayashi. He has been absolutely outstanding. The first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Kobayashi tonight 1 for 2, a single and 2 trips. He's also flown out to center. As the right-hander ready to go here. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. This is where you need your pitcher to come out and stick a 0 so you can keep the momentum. And this has not been something that the Marines have shown over the last 24 plus hours. They've been able to do that. So Nishimura gets his sign from his catcher, Tamura, and he's ready to go to work again. Here comes the 2-0. As the pitch is on its way, it's a fastball that misses down. It's now 3-0 to Kobayashi. Kobayashi, Gonzalez, and Fukuda to bat here to start the 6th inning. Marines now with a 4-3 lead over the Buffaloes. We've got a seesaw affair in this one. As here comes the pitch. Fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 3-1 on Kobayashi. Right-hander leans in and he Gets the sign from Tamura as he works himself into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul into the seats down the first base line. 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. We were talking about this at the beginning of the stream. It is a 2-0 lead in the series. This is game 2. But the way it works is the winners of the respective leagues, when they get into the Climax series, they're spotted a 1-0 lead. That's where that was last night. And so with the victory by the Buffaloes last night, they have a 2-0 lead. They've got to win 2 more games to win the series. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside. It's going to be ball 4. Kobayashi aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. And it's also going to bring the manager out of the dugout. We're going to see what's going to go on here. I don't know if he's going to be making a switch or a double switch. Possibly. I don't know what's happening here, but Marines are challenging something or going to have it. Oh, looks like they are taking somebody out of the ball game. Who is that that's coming out? Is that Yasuda? Or is that going to be Oka? Looks like they've got, well, it looks like it's Ishikawa, the left fielder. So it looks like they've got Hiromi Oka has moved over into left field. And in the middle of the inning, it is Fujiwara has moved into center. So it looks like that Fujiwara is coming in the place of Shingo Ishikawa. So Ishikawa's night is done. Interesting that they would make that substitution in the middle of the inning. And the first pitch delivered to Marwin Gonzalez is taken for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Well, you better keep the bullpen phone nearby because it's been very, very difficult here so far for Nishimura. He has walked the leadoff hitter here in the inning, and he's fallen behind already 1-0 to Marwin Gonzalez. As the right-hander works to the set, here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Gonzalez didn't like it. He did a 180 and leaves the batter's box, and I have to tell you, I don't like it either. That is as homer of a call as you can get. You know, they sometimes talk about the international players getting worked over. That was an Angel Hernandez special on that breaking ball. Ball was up at the eyeballs, for crying out loud. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Gonzalez here as he waits on the offering from the right-hander. Here's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Count now goes to 1-2 on Gonzalez. Our friend Rhodes Scholar says, put the Mercedes in the garage. Yeah, Mercedes looks like he's a 5-inning guy, 5 and a fly guy, kind of like Milt Pappas back in the day. Give me the 5 and let's get to the showers and head to the golf course. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is here to Gonzalez. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that's down. A good stop there by the catcher, Tamura. Kobayashi scampered back to first base because it looked like that the catcher had intentions of maybe wanting to throw down. It was a split finger pitch in the dirt. Almost got away from the catcher. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to the switch hitting second baseman. Batting from the left side for the first time today is Gonzalez. One thing that we don't get here in the Japanese League are his splits. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving over on it is Oka. He's going to make the catch. And the ball is like a magnet tonight for Oka. We were talking earlier in this one here. That's going to retire Gonzalez for the first out of the inning. In center field tonight, Hiromi Oka, in terms of putouts, he had 5 putouts in the first 5 innings. That's normally pretty busy for a center fielder. When you think about it, of the 15 outs, he had 5. And the other 5 were strikeouts by CC Mercedes. Check that. Mercedes only had 4 in our books. So 9 of the 15 outs came from Oka and the strikeouts of Mercedes. And now here they moved him into left field, and he's already got himself a putout. So that's number 6 on the night. The first pitch, Fukuda, was bunted foul, and it's quickly 0-1 to him. Fukuda 0 for 2 tonight. He is lined out to right field, and he is grounded out to the shortstop. Actually, check that. I think he lined out to the first baseman, if I'm not mistaken. I wrote it down incorrectly. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. As the right-hander delivers a fastball swung on and missed, the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Buffalo's crowd, as we said earlier on, it's a little disappointing. A lot of empty seats in the upper deck and left field, and as well as in the left field bleachers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Fukuda. When you see that type of stuff, it, as I said, really makes you disappointed. Playoff action. This is Tampa Bay Ray-esque. Not sure if the Buffaloes would actually play any home games at Hodomoto Field if they got to the finals. I think they did last year or 2 years ago. There's a ball that's thrown over to first base, and getting back easily is the base runner Kobayashi. Of course, Hodomoto Field in Kobe is where the Buffaloes play some of their home games. When the Orix Blue Wave and the Kintetsu Buffaloes merged together to become the Orix Buffaloes, they play their home games in Osaka, but they still play a percentage of the season in Kobe. Beautiful field, I might say. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the left field line. Giving chase is the third baseman, Yasuda Fujioka, also the shortstop and the left fielder, Oka, but it's going to fall into foul territory. It was in the Bermuda Triangle. Both of the players were giving it their best effort, but unable to come up with the ball, so it's still going to keep the count at 1-2 to Fukuda. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. One gone here in the 6th inning. The runner at first is Kobayashi. Fukuda bats here. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And now he steps off the rubber. Seemed like he was on there forever and feigns a throw over to first base. So he leans in and gets the signs, does the right-hander Nishimura, as he works himself to the set position. Here comes the 1-2. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Fukuda goes down on strikes. He's gone for the 2nd out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Taishi Haruka. That was just a overmatched pitcher-hitter battle there. He just blew it right by him. So Haruka is the scheduled hitter. And here he is, 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and he has struck out looking. And the first pitch is a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. He did not get the start, or he did not, and also did not play in last night's ball game. As the right-hander works himself to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it's grounded foul over on the third base side. Now Haruka is in the hole at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Haruka to be followed by the top of the order, Kai Nakagawa, should he find a way on base here. So here we go. Here comes the offering from the right-hander Nishimura, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball, swung on and missed. And Nishimura does his job as he strikes out 2 of the 3 outs here in the inning. A leadoff walk by Kobayashi, but he's stranded aboard. No runs, no hits, no errors, and the 1 runner left. You're now through 6 complete. Your score is the Marines 4 and the Buffaloes 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. It'll be the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat for the Marines when we return after this. Thanks for hanging out here with us tonight. We'll be back on the call in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It looks like we have a pitching change here for the Orix Buffaloes, as they are going to a right-hander here as the night for Tajima is over. After giving up those 3 runs in the 6th inning, it is going to be Atsuya Kagita on the hill, as he will take over here, a right-hander. And he is going to be facing the bottom 3 hitters in the batting order in Chitani, Tamura, and Nakamura. So he is completing his warm-up tosses as this game is going to be passed over to the bullpens from here on out. So Atsuya Kagita on in relief. It was a 3-run uprising by the Marines in their half of the 6th inning. And all of those runs came with 2 out. It was a walk to Ishikawa, then another walk to Oka, and then a walk to Polanco, and then a single by Oka to bring in the first run. And then a 2-run single by Yasuda scored the others. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0 to Chitani. Chitani 0 for 2 in this one tonight. Grounded to short and flown to right in his 2 trips. As the right-hander delivers a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Kagita rocking into the motion and delivering. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 2-1 on Chitani. So 2 balls and a strike it is. Appreciate everybody for checking in with us tonight, as it is been a pretty decent game. As that fastball just misses down, it goes to 3-1. Last pitch was at 95 miles an hour by Kagita. No shortage of power arms out of the bullpen for the Buffaloes. But as I was saying tonight, the home plate umpire squeezing the pitchers tonight, and no different here for the home team, the Buffaloes. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-2. And when I say squeezing the pitcher, it's just been a difficult night for some of the pitchers here tonight. They've been painting corners and not getting the call. There's a fastball swung on. It's chopped up the middle. They're going to have to hurry to get him. And a nice play there by Kobayashi, who fields it and throws on the run. Chitani is retired on a ground out 6-3. He's in the books for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the catcher, Tatsuhiro Tamura. And for Tamura, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single in 2 trips, but he was erased in a double play his last time up. And here comes the first offering from the right-hander. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul down the right field line. It's going to drift off into the seats. No balls and 1 strike to Tamura. And it looks like Tamura has asked for time. He's going to have to go get himself a new piece of lumber, as that bat here has been broken, so they're going to get him something new to swing. So 4-3 is the scoreline in this one. There's nobody on, 1 gone, and it is a 1-strike count here to Tamura as he waits on the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is chopped over to third. Oh, what a play by Mune. He does a 360. He throws the first. It's in the dirt, but a nice pick over there by Nakagawa, and that is going to retire Tamura. Good baseball all the way around defensively for the Buffaloes. That's a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. That is going to leave it up to the second baseman, Shogo Nakamura. Well, for Nakamura, the tough playoff series continues for him. He is 1 for 13. He had grounded into a double play his last time up, and he had struck out earlier in the ball game. So here comes the first offering to the Marines captain. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Nakamura. Right-hander Kagita rocking into the windup. Kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say that Nakamura went. Oh, when it goes bad, it goes bad. We'll get a look at the replay on this one. But we have to agree with the first base umpire. It did look like he went around. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the right field line. It is slicing, and it's going to drift into the temporary seating. Keeps the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shogo Nakamura. Right-hander Kagita ready to go again. And he rocks into the windup. He kicks and he fires a fastball that misses outside, and that's going to run the count now to 2-2. Even when the pitches are close, I got to hang in here a little bit. I think the pitch is outside, but the home plate umpire sometimes has a little different perspective than what I would provide. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball that just misses outside, same location. Now 3-2 to Nakamura. The pitcher Kogita really wanted that last pitch, but the home plate umpire was not buying. Tomoya Mori dropped his head. He couldn't believe he didn't get the pitch. Kogita put both hands on his knees. That's never a good look, at least in North America. That usually gets your ticket punched on anything close here. It's going to be ball 4. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and Nakamura is going to be aboard for the first time tonight. He's going to turn the batting order over. He gets himself a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring Takashi Ogino to the plate. And as I kind of hinted at it before, when the Buffaloes had Hiruka on, I wouldn't bat an eye. I'd be sending, I know Nakamura doesn't really run as well as he used to, but I'd still send him on the first or second pitch here, because if he gets himself into scoring position, Nakagawa can bring him home. Oshino can bring him home. But if he is just planted over there at first base and Nishino doesn't get a base knock, well, can't say I didn't tell you so. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to short. You're not going to have to worry about that. Fielded by Kirby-Ashi, throws to Gonzalez covering. It's going to be a fielder's choice. That is going to erase Nakamura for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the seventh. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was a runner left aboard. We are now moving to the last half of the seventh inning. Your score is the Marines 4 and the Buffaloes 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. It is the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel when we return right after these.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Wraps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Wraps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be coming to bat for the Buffaloes in their half of the seventh inning. It'll be the top of the order in Kai Nakagawa, Yuma Mune, and Tomoya Mori. We are expecting to see another pitching change here by the Marines, and we're waiting on the confirmation of that in just a moment here, as we would assume that Nishimura's day would be finished. I would like to think that is the case and that we are going to get a new pitcher here. It's going to be Keisuke Sawada as he is coming on in relief. So Sawada taking over here. He's going to be pitcher number 3 used here tonight by the Marines. So Sawada on in relief, and he, as we said, gets the top of the order in Nakagawa, Mune, and Mori. Well, Nakagawa steps in. He is 0 for 3 tonight. He is lined out to center. He is grounded to short, and he is bounced into a fielder's choice. And the first pitch on the way from Sawada is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Both of these teams are running out of outs here late in the ball game, as it is a 4-3 lead currently for the Marines. Buffalo's led for much of the way here, as they had outscored the Marines 3-1 in the first inning, and that's where the score stayed until the top of the 6th. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 1-1 on on Nakagawa. Right-hander against the right-hander. Sawada delivers. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to the right-handed hitting Nakagawa. Right-hander gets his sign as he works to the set position. And here's the pitch from Sawada. It's a fastball that's taken for a called third strike. Oh, the home plate umpire pulled the chain on Nakagawa. He's gone for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Look at the replay on that. I have to say, the home plate umpire, got to tip my hat to him on that one. He was spot on the call. That pitch there was underneath the hands, and it caught the inside corner of the plate. Nakagawa didn't like it, but the fans for the Marines listening in pumped the fist. So here comes the first offering now to Yuma Mune. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into right center field. Coming over on it is Fujiwara. He's going to make the catch. Mune is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. For Mori tonight, he is 1 for 3. He's got a single in 3 trips. He's also scored a run. Last night, he raised my eyebrows anyways in getting the start in right field. He did get a couple of starts down the stretch. They obviously had Kenya Wakatsuki behind the plate. As here comes the offering. It is a fastball that comes inside and almost hits Mori. In fact, it does hit Mori. So says the home plate umpire, and Mori's going to be aboard. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, that's the kind of pitch you want to get hit by. Looked like it barely struck him. It just grazed him. But nevertheless, Mori's aboard. We'll get a look at the look on the replay. Ooh. Not sure where it was that it hit him, but looked like it did anyways. Looked like it did in real time, but on the replay, it didn't look like he... just didn't look like he got plugged. Well, that's going to bring the pitching coach out, as they're going to have a word here. They're going to have to discuss how they want to pitch to Leandro Cedeno. Sawada here is now put the go-ahead run, or brought the go-ahead run to the plate. Cedeno tonight is 1 for 3. He has a single in 3 trips. He's also he also has struck out twice. He scored a run and driven in a run. So runner at first, 2 gone here in the 7th inning. Sawada leading in, getting his sign from Tamura, the catcher. And here comes the pitch. Fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I don't think that was the location that Tamura wanted that one. I think he wanted that a little higher up in the zone, and it ended up being a thigh-high heater. So no balls and 1 strike to Cedeno. Right-hander Sawada holding at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into deep left field. If this ball stays fair, maybe it's going to be trouble. And that ball is going to be gone. A home run for Cedeno. A 2-run shot. Did that stay fair? It looks like it did, as he had slowed up going almost to second base. But it's going to be a 2-run bomb here. And Cedeno has put the Buffaloes back up in front, as it is now a 5-4 ball game. So Cedeno is responsible for driving in 3 of the 5 runs tonight. 2 of them here on the home run. Off of his bat, it scores Mori ahead of him. And that's what you get. You end up hitting Mori, and the next guy gets up and deposits one into the seats. Nothing more frustrating than that. And that's going to bring up Yataro Sugimoto. First postseason home run for Cedeno in his NPB career. Yeah, and here's the first offering to Sugimoto at the fastball that misses down and away for a ball. And the count is 1-0. And so the seesaw affair that this ball game gave us tonight is back on again. And somehow I just don't think it's going to be finished quite yet. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike to Sugimoto. 2-run shot by Cedeno here has given the Marines, or check that, the Buffaloes, a 5-4 lead over the Marines. So Sawada holding himself at the belt, and now he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly to short, fielded by Fujioka, who throws to first, and that's going to retire Sugimoto on a ground out 6-3. But not till there was damage done here in the inning. The 2-run homer off the bat of Leandro Cedeno has now got the Buffaloes ahead 5-4. 2 runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 5 and the Marines 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Let's see what the Buffaloes pitching change is going to be when we return after this.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the top of the 8th inning. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for Chiba. That means Yudai Fujioka, Kyoto Fujiwara, and Gregory Polanco. And we are going to get the confirmation of a pitching change here for the Buffaloes in this one, as they are going to be going to the bullpen. That ball there, Cedeno hit, just got over the fence in left field. It was interesting. He rounded first base, and then he slowed up a little bit as if this, at least in his mind, that maybe it didn't get out. And then once he saw the umpires giving the index finger or the pointing finger up in the air with the circle, he knew he had hit the home run. Well, Fujioka steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2 in this one. He's also drawn a walk. And the first pitch is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Pitching change here as they have gone to the bullpen, and it is going to be Yuki Utagawa on in relief here, the hard-throwing right-hander, as he'll be the third pitcher used tonight by the Buffaloes. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and now the count is 0-2. Utagawa does have some control issues, but it is undeniable he can come in and throw hard here for the Buffs. No balls and 2 strikes to Fujioka. Fastball swung on and fouled off the catcher, and the count remains at 0-2. And as long as Utagawa can be around in the zone and throw strikes, in my opinion, Fujioka and Fujiwara are overmatched. Polanco, the only one who could turn a ball around here, in my opinion. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. It's going to be the key for Utagawa to be able to get ahead, throw strikes, and as also keep the runners off the base paths. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and in. Count now goes to 2-2 on Yudai Fujioka. Certainly don't want any walks to be a part of this repertoire for the young right-hander for the Buffaloes. Top of the 8th inning, 5-4 is the scoreline. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count here to Fujioka. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball swung on and missed. Tomoya Mori hangs on. Looked like he is going to whiff on that one there, but Fujioka goes in the books. He's out for out number 1. That's going to bring up Kyoto Fujiwara. It looked like there might have been a cross up there as Tomoya Mori. That's why I was kind of laughing a bit. He ended up on his butt. I think he wanted a different pitch. He ended up down on his knees and then rolling onto his backside. So Mori gets himself reset here and acquainted. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Kyoto Fujiwara, who has made his first start tonight. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Buffaloes had made a change in left field. Sugimoto's night is done. Looks like it is. As there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. Looks like it is Oda in left field, I do believe. I think that's Yuya Oda. We didn't get the number, so we'll have to take a look. I'm pretty sure that is number 50, Yuya Oda, out in left. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on, tapped softly back to the pitcher. Utagawa fields it. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Fujiwara on a ground out. 1-3. And that's going to leave it up to the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. Well, there's not a lot of players in the lineup for the Marines who, when they walk up to the plate, are in scoring position, but this is definitely one of them. Polanco getting his practice swings. Our friend Road Scholar says Steve's phone gets no service. Steve's phone should be in a museum. Maybe at Henry Ford Museum one day we'll go in and see Steve's phone. There's a first pitch fastball that misses up and away to Polanco, and the count is 1-0. Polanco tonight, officially 0 for 2. He has walked, he scored a run, and driven in a run. In the playoffs, he is officially 5 for 16, homer and 7 RBIs. Fastball comes up and in, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Polanco. Do appreciate everybody who's stopped in to listen tonight, whether you listen live or on the delay end. It's always great to have you with us here. 5-4 for the Buffaloes. That 2-run homer by Cedeno in the bottom of the 7th has given them the lead. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Polanco. Marines are running out of outs here. As Utagawa steps off the backside of the rubber, and he's going to do a little tour before he gets on and engaged again. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Last pitch was at 96 miles an hour. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Polanco. That ball had a little bit of arm side run to it. Sometimes you got pitchers, when they throw extremely hard, it's hard for them to command and harness a breaking ball. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it. That's going to go put Polanco down on strikes for out number 3 here in the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 5 and the Marines 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. We appreciate you guys for being here. Our friend Gabriel asks, he says he needs one more run for Orix. Might be asking a lot here tonight. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Kotaro Kobayashi, Marwin Gonzalez, and Shuhei Fukuda slated to come to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll see exactly what happens next. It was a pretty easy 1-2-3 inning for Yuki Utagawa. I wonder if he's going to come back out again for another inning of work, or if his night will be over. I guess we're going to find out in a bit. I would think that he's going to be done, and one would hazard a guess, if it's not Hirano, you'd think Wagyu Spack would be coming in relief. We haven't seen in a while. There is a pitching change here for the Marines as they are going to their bullpen. This is going to be Taiki Tojo coming on in relief. So Tojo coming in, he is going to be the fourth pitcher used tonight. And the first pitch is a fastball that's missed upstairs for a ball to Kentaro Kobayashi. Kobayashi, Gonzalez, and Fukuda to face the right-hander here. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Still 1-1 ball game in the top of the 8th inning between the Tigers and the Carp. As that fastball misses, and the count is now 2-1 to Kobayashi. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike. There's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 3-2 on Kobayashi. The attendance at the Koshin, 42,630. Haven't got this one yet. We'll take a look to see if there is anything there. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And that is going to put Kobayashi in the books for the first out of the inning. 1 gone, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. Well, it looked like the Carp had an opportunity to get some runs in the top of the 8th inning, as they had what it looks like they had runners at first and second with 2 out. They weren't able to cash any runs in. As a first pitch breaking ball delivered for a called strike to Gonzalez, and the count is 0-1. Gonzalez tonight is officially 0 for 2. Flew out to center, flew to left, and he has a sacrifice and an RBI back in the first inning. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a slow breaking ball that misses outside. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike to Gonzalez. The difference in this one, the 2-run homer by Leandro Cedeno in the bottom of the 7th. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 2-2 to Gonzalez. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander leans in. He gets the side from his catcher, Tamura, and now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into the left center field. And this ball is going to be down, and fielding it is the left fielder, Oka. Looked like there was some Z roots going on out there, but in with a double is going to be Gonzalez. So he's got himself a 1-out double, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Shuhei Fukuda. Well, for Fukuda, he's 0 for 3 tonight. All these little signals and gestures going on here between Gonzalez and his first base coach. Fukuda steps in. A strikeout, a line out, and a ground out. 3 different ways to have gotten out so far here tonight. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. The count is quickly 1-0 to Fukuda. We've got our friend Troll Zaddy in the house tonight. It has been a while, and we're glad that you're here. He says, all healthy now. Well, we're happy that you're here, Troll. Thanks for popping in. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. Been flipping off my chat on my main screen for a little bit. Just pop over and peek in on a couple other things, especially when we're checking on that out-of-town scoreboard. So 2 balls and no strikes. It is here to Fukuda. There's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 3-0. Everybody has been checking in. Haven't seen Shotgun Shell in a while. We'll have to make sure that his attendance is needed in the Japan final. So 3 balls and no strikes here to Fukuda as the right-hander holds to the set. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-1. Boy, I think a couple of those other pitches might have been better than the one that was called a strike. So 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch is on the way. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Fukuda. So Fukuda here, ready to go to work here, but the pitcher Tojo has battled all the way back. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Fukuda had no interest in swinging the bat. He stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched that go by for out number 2. And that is going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Haruka. Tough night at the office there for Fukuda. 0 for 4 in this one, 2 strikeouts. And we're going to check in here to see what is going on if Haruka is going to hit. It looked like that Yuma Tongu was up and scurrying around a little bit. Like the crowd is cheering here, trying to urge the Buffaloes on to get themselves another run. And it is going to be Yuma Tongu who's coming to pinch hit for Haruka here. It's also going to bring the pitching coach out of the dugout. So Yuma Tongu in, pinch hit. I was curious to see if Tongu was going to be playing. He's the Pacific League batting champion, but every game that we've tuned into for the Buffaloes over the last 3 weeks, he's been nowhere to be seen. I know we asked the question if he was going to be in this series or not. He is on the game sheet. So he gets a really nice round of applause as he comes to the plate. Mixed reviews or up and down year maybe for Tongu this year. We were watching and calling the game early in the season when they played in Tohoku. Took a pitch to the head. Had to be carted off on a stretcher. But he's enjoyed himself a nice season. He missed a couple of weeks and then he was right back at it. Hit 307, 16 homers, and 49 runs driven in. As the right-hander Tojo works himself to the set position. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. Counts 1-0 to Tongu. As a reminder, once this game is done, we will give you the roundup of this one and also take a peek in on that out-of-town scoreboard. It is in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Tigers and the Carper still going at it. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now is 1-1 on Tongu. Looks like they're going to the top of the 9th inning as it was a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th for the Tigers. Carp looking to try to break that deadlock. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on. It is lined right to the glove of the first baseman. Nice catch there by Chitani. Oh, boy, Tongu hit it on the screws, but that's hard luck for you. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs in the inning. 1 hit. It was the double by Gonzalez. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are going to have ourselves a pitching change, and we are going to the top of the 9th inning. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 5, Chiba Lotte Marines 4. Stick around, everybody. We got a pitching change on our hands here. We'll be back in just a few to bring you home the 9th inning in this one. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Taisuke Yamaoka coming on in relief as he is going to try to close this one out. So we'll see how this is going to go for him as he is completing his warm-up tosses, and we are ready to go. We have seen Yamaoka in a closing role, also in a late inning role in the month of September and in October. So he is on in relief here. He is a slender right-hander, not a very big fella, but he does have a big fastball as he has completed his warm-up tosses, and we are ready to go. It looks like we have a new right fielder in the ball game as well. It is going to be Tomoya Noguchi, who is taking the spot in right field, as he has come on for Haruka, who was replaced by Yuma Tongu. So this is where we go. It is going to be, it's slated to be Hiromi Oka, but it's not going to be Oka to come to bat. We do have a pinch hitter here for the Chiba Lotte Marines. I'll have to get you the number for this fella here in just a moment. The first pitch is on the way. It is a breaking ball now. It looks like it is Katsuya Kakanaka off the bench, as he is going to hit for Oka here. The first pitch was a breaking ball down. 3 for 8 in the playoffs is Kakanaka. As the pitch is on the way, there's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes as the right-hander delivers. Fastball that misses upstairs. It's now 3-0. So Yamaoka having a little bit of difficulty with the command of his pitches. On 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the offering from the right-hander. Fastball misses upstairs, and he has walked Kakanaka on 4 straight pitches. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. Well, if you look for anybody here that would be a hero, this would be the guy to be the hero right here. And that's going to be the end of the night for Kakanaka. He drew the walk, and he is out of the ballgame just as quickly as he could get to first base. And it looks like it is going to be number 63 in to run, and that would be Kashiro Wada on the pinch run here. And Wada's a threat to steal, so we got to keep our eyes here. If they're going to do something here to move him over into scoring position, he can use his legs to make it work. Here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball down. That would have been a good pitch to run on. So ball 1 to Yasuda. If I remember off the top of my head, this is how it's starting to be. The stats are starting to be remembered on a regular basis. I believe it was 19 stolen bases for Wada. We're going to go back and double check that. And there they throw over to first base and getting back in time as the base runner. So the right-hander Tsuki holds, or Yamaoka holds, and there is a fastball ticket for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Just looking at Wada's numbers here on the year. He had 20 stolen bases to end the season. I had him at 19. So you got to keep your eye on him because he can motor. 1 ball and 1 strike to Yasuda. And they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is Wada. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander works himself to the belt. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, and it's fouled straight back, right past the catcher, all the way to the backstop. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Definitely in the deep water here. We are in the top of the 9th inning. Marines are down to their final at-bats. A leadoff walk here to Kakanaka. He has been run for by Wada. Tying run at first, the go-ahead run at the plate to Hisanori Yasuda. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Instead, they throw over to first base, and diving back in time as the base runner Wada. Yamaoka here put himself into a jam, walking the leadoff hitter to begin the 9th inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Instead, they throw over to first again. And again, diving back safely is Wada. Appreciate everybody who has jumped into the stream tonight. But by the way, that last pickoff over to first base, it looked like Wada had been leaning the other way. Got to think he's got to be going here on this pitch. As long as he can get a good jump. And again, they throw over to first, and again, diving back in time is Wada. So Yamaoka leans in, gets the sign from his catcher Mori. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yasuda. Wada gets his lead at first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. Count remains at 1-2. Also kind of wonder if they would maybe consider putting on a run and hit or something along those lines. So here comes the 1-2 offering as the right-hander Yamaoka delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. So Yasuda continues to battle. 5 pitches here in this at-bat already. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Pace here is really slowed down with Yamaoka on the mound. He is in no particular rush to deliver the pitches, especially with the runner at first. Here comes the 1-2. And the pitch is on the way. It is a breaking ball again, swung on and again grounded foul on the way to first base. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Yasuda. Yasuda 1 for 3 tonight. He had a couple RBIs. He knocked in 2 of those runs in the 6th inning. 6 for 16 in the playoffs. There's Wada again getting his lead. Got to think about sending him at some point. And again, they throw over to first base. And again, diving back is Wada. It's the one thing you don't see in Major League Baseball anymore is the number of throwovers. You get 2, and that's it. per batter. I don't know if I necessarily like that rule. I certainly can see this situation right here where you got to keep them close. He has a threat to run. There's a fastball swung on and it's fouled off of the hitter. Count remains at 1-2. Going to be the 8th pitch of the bat coming up here to the left-handed hitting Sonori Yasuda. Once again, we're really appreciative of everybody who's come in to listen tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. It's always appreciated. I've had a lot of folks listening on the delay, on the rewind later in the daytime, which is great. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it is a breaking ball down. There goes the runner down to second, and the throw squirts away from Kobayashi. A nice play there by Gonzalez backing up the play. That's going to be a stolen base for Kobayashi. That is going to run the count, and believe to 2-2 here on the hitter. And we're going to look at this one again. That pitch was down in the dirt. Nice job. Good discipline there by the third baseman Yasuda. The throw from Mori had come up short, but a nice play by the second baseman Gonzalez backing up the play to keep Wada at second. Well, now the tying run is at second. Go ahead, run at the plate. Nobody gone here in the 9th inning. So Marines have got a chance here to tie the ball game or even take the lead. Here comes the 2-2. There's a fastball swung on, and it's again fouled off right into the catcher. The count remains at 2-2. This is going to be pitch number 10 of the at-bat coming up. So we have ourselves quite the battle here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yasuda. The runner at second is the pinch runner, Wada. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on. It's grounded down the right field line into the corner. It's going to be a base hit. That's going to score Wada from second. The Marines are going to tie the ball game, and sliding in to second base is Hisanori Yasuda. That's his 3rd RBI of the night. Have a night, Hisanori. That is a double for him. So he's traded places with the pinch runner, and that is going to tie the ball game now up at 5, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Kenta Chitani. And if I played this one out here, I wouldn't bat an eye if Chitani bunts, move the runner over to third, and then have Sato pinch hit for Tamura. I can see that being written all over it here. So the Marines have tied it up at 5 here on the top of the 9th inning. Our friend Ervin is in the house. Louis in the house here as well. And as well, we said hello to Troll earlier. So we appreciate you guys for hanging out here with us tonight. The runner at second is Yasuda. Nobody gone here on the top of the 9th. And it is Chitani already squaring the bunt. Here comes the pitch. It's down, and it's a good one. They look over to third, but there's not going to be a play there. Easily, Yasuda makes it into third base. Chitani is going to be out on the sacrifice. It's going to go in the books as 1-4 for the first out of the inning. And it's slated to bring up Tamura, but as I said, I can see that maybe Sato to pinch hit. We'll see who they're going to bring in. Or maybe it's Koki Yamaguchi. That'll be interesting too. It is going to be Yamaguchi. As he is into pinch hit, a deep fly ball here would sacrifice the run home. It's not been a great playoff series to this point for Yamaguchi. He is slid even in his time in the batting order. He's 1 for 12, no homers and an RBI. But that could all be forgotten now with a base hit here. Here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled straight back. The count is 0-1. Our friend Andy Ingram jumps in here and he says, is this round a best of 5 or a best of 7? It's a good question, Andy, but I'll explain it to you here. When the series started, it was a one-game lead already for the Buffaloes. Now you get that as an advantage, so they would be up 1-0. It's the first team to win 4 games. And there's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Yamaguchi. So in essence, what happens is the Buffaloes have to win 3 games. Big game here tonight because they have a 2-0 lead in the series. Even though this is the second game of the series, they are up 2-0. If the Buffaloes win, then of course the Buffaloes would have a commanding stranglehold lead of 3-0 in the series. If the Marines win, then they keep in check here, and they're in striking distance to be able to catch up, of course, to the Buffaloes. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-2. And the interesting thing is that you can have some tie games here early in the series. So if this game here goes 12 innings and it ends in a tie, you still have to win 4 games. So there are a couple of games slated for next week on Monday and Tuesday that would be played if they have to get to those 4 wins. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be looped into center field. It's going to be caught, tagging at third. Here comes the throw. It's not even going to be close. A sacrifice fly here by Yamaguchi. And that is going to cash in Yasuda with the second run of the inning. Let's see if they're going to maybe appeal this or not. What a play. Nice job there by Koki Yamaguchi. As Yasuda has crossed the plate, and that is the second run of the inning. Well, that's going to bring up Shogo Nakamura to the plate, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Nakamura. 0 for 2 in this one tonight. He has struck out, and he has grounded into a double play. He has also walked. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Nakamura. Right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined on 1 hop to the third baseman, Mune. He fields it and throws to first. And that is going to retire Nakamura for the 3rd out of the inning. But there's been runs in the inning. 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. There was no errors and nobody left the board. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 9th inning, it is 6-5 for the Marines. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the bottom of the 9th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 9th inning. It is going to be the top of the order to come to bat for the Buffaloes. That means Nakagawa, Mune, and Mori. We are just getting the confirmation that it is going to be Masuda coming on in relief for the Marines. As Naoya Masuda coming in to try to close this one out. The veteran closer for Chiba will be the 5th pitcher used tonight. So Masuda on in relief, as he will be pitcher number 5 on the slate. And they do have some other changes, as we have some wholesale changes around and about, so we'll try to get caught up on all of those. They do have a new first baseman. That is going to be Koki Yamaguchi, as he slots in over at first. It's going to be Kenta Chitani, who moves across the diamond to third base. And now in left field, it is going to be Kashira Wada, who is taking over for Oka. So that is where we stand, and this is where we go. It is going to be Nakagawa, Mune, and Mori to come to bat here. The top part of the batting order here to face the right-hander Masuda. And as we take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard, that game between the Carp and the Tigers are in the bottom of the ninth. That game is all locked up at ones. So here comes the first offering from the right-hander Masuda, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This is lifted down the right field line. It is slicing, racing over, but it is just going to get into the temporary seating. Gino not going to be able to make the play, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Nakagawa. Just checking in on that game in the bottom of the ninth inning. It looks like that they've got runners at first and second to the Tigers, and it is the catcher Sakamoto coming to bat with 2 out. Game is all locked at ones. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back off the bat of Nakagawa, and the count is now 0-2 here. So no balls and 2 strikes. As Masuda is way up in the count here against Nakagawa. Nakagawa 0 for 4 tonight, 1 for 8 in the series. As the right-hander Masuda holds to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. The pitch on the way, it is a breaking ball down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, and they say that Nakagawa went around. He's going to be in the books for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone here. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Yumamune. We get a look at the overhead replay, and that was a good call by the first base umpire. How the home plate umpire didn't see that, I don't know, but he's had his struggles tonight in this one. So that brings up Yumamune to the plate. Mune tonight is 2 for 4. 4 for 7 in the series so far. As the right-hander Masuda ready to go to battle. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So interesting, it looks like that the bases are loaded in that bottom of the ninth inning. It looked like Sakamoto drew a walk, and it looks like it's the shortstop Kanami who has to come to the plate for the Tigers. So we'll keep an eye to see where that one is going. Bases loaded, 2 out in the bottom of the ninth. Our friend CV says he's still here, and we're glad you're here, Caesar. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Mune. And we'll be back here again tomorrow night for all the action yet again. Hopefully you guys can stay with us for more NPB baseball in the Climax series here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-1. You certainly don't want to bring the go-ahead run to the plate. You got some meat in the batting order here. You got to keep Mune off the base paths. You got Mori, Cedeno, Sugimoto, all can put the ball into the seats. Here comes the 2-1 pitch as the right-hander holds set. kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field. Moving back on it is the left fielder, Wada. He's got room to make the catch. That's going to retire Mune for the second out of the inning. 2 in the books, and it's going to leave it all up to Tomoya Mori. Well, for Mori tonight, he is 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and he has flown to center. He's also been hit by a pitch. He has scored 2 of the 5 runs tonight for the Orix Buffaloes. 3 for 7 on the series. So the Buffaloes are down to their final out. As Mori stands in here at the plate, waiting on the first offering. And here comes the first pitch from Masuda. As the pitch is on its way, it's a fastball that is swung on and lifted foul. And the count is quickly no balls and 1 strike to Tomoya Mori. The announced attendance for this game here, 33,634. I'm not 100% sure I'm sold on that one. Lots of empty seats at the Kyocera Dome here tonight. So no balls and 1 strike to Mori. As the right-hander Masuda gets his sign from his catcher, and now he has stepped out, has Mori, asking for time. So 0-1 count here to Mori. Waggling the bat is the Buffaloes catcher, and he's waiting here on the offering from Masuda. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Crowd is on their feet cheering on their star catcher here, Tomoya Mori. Here comes the 1-1. As the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As we said, Masuda in to close this one out. He had himself 36 saves on the season. It was one of the tougher years he's had in terms of ERA. He had been roughed up a little bit. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So now the Buffaloes are down to their final strike. This game was a seesaw affair. Lead changed 4 times tonight in this one. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Mori here, waggling the bat. Waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Masuda. Masuda ready to go. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He delivers. It's a breaking ball, misses down. Oh, a nice job by Mori to hold off on that pitch. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Leandro Cedeno waits on deck. Of course, he had a home run back in the 7th inning. And he's been a major run producer here for the Buffaloes tonight, knocking in 3 of their 5 runs. It's been 2 entertaining games in a row, back-to-back nights. What will tomorrow night have in store? We're not sure yet, but Tomoya Mori has asked for time as he steps out. Our friend Steve Rademacher has made it in here tonight. We're on the top of the bottom of the 9th inning. I haven't changed my banner. It is a 6-5 lead for the Marines. And here comes the pitch. foul itself a base on balls. And that is going to bring up Leandro Cedeno to the plate. So we got power versus power. Well, in this one here, he has got himself 2 hits tonight, does Leandro Cedeno. He's got a single, a home run, and he's driven in 3, and in between that, he has struck out 2 times. So it's a bit of all or nothing for the big man. A runner at first is Tomoya Mori. He really doesn't mean a whole lot. Everything means right here, but they've got a pinch runner in. As it looks like Mori's night will be over. It is going to be Sho Gibbo to run here at first. And the big fella, Cedeno, here at the plate. 3 for 7 in the series. As Masuda kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that's down. It squirts away from the catcher. Oh, Gibbo got hung up between first and second, but Sato was able to retrieve it. And that is going to put the count at 1 ball and no strikes here to Cedeno. And we do have a final from the Cochin Stadium. It is the Tigers knocking off the Carp in the bottom of the 9th inning, 2-1. It was with the bases loaded. Kanami had a base hit to right field, knocking in the run to give the Tigers the victory. It is now a 3-0 lead in that series. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted foul down the first baseline. Count is 1-1 to Cedeno. So the Tigers have a stranglehold in that series. Buffaloes with a win tonight would have that same situation, but Marines are hanging tough here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the right-hander Masuda delivers a fastball that misses on the outside corner. The count now goes to 2-1. Our friend Steve Rademacher in the house. As we said, appreciate you for being here, Steve. Glad you could make it in here for the anticipated ending of this one. 2 balls and 1 strike to Cedeno. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The runner at first is the pinch runner, Sho Gibbo. Masuda gets his sign from his catcher, Sato, and now he steps off and feigns a throw to first base. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the offering now to Cedeno. As the right-hander works himself to the belt, and he kicks and delivers a fastball, taken for a called strike on the outside corner. And now the Buffaloes are down to their final strike. Second time they have been down to their final strike in this one. As Cedeno here digs himself in, ready to face the right-hander again. "6-5 the score for the Marines. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cedeno. Here comes the offering from Masuda. And the pitch is on the way. It is a split finger pitch that's swung on and tapped foul right behind home plate, and the count remains at 2-2. Nice job to be able to stay alive. Our friend Rhodes Scholar says he's for the Buffaloes if it's the Tigers who are going to represent the Central League. But for now, it's Chiba. All about the Marines. Rhodes Scholar says it is a great game, back and forth. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander works himself to the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses way upstairs. The count is now 3-2. Well, now you know the runner is going to be on the move in this situation. And so a base hit here would definitely put the runner to third. A double would probably score the runner all the way from first base. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cedeno. Sho Gibbo is the runner over at first. Our friend Rhodes Scholar is looking for something junky. I would say so, as long as you can throw it for a strike. It's got to be something that going to be in the zone. Here's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch that is swung on and missed. And a nice block by Sato. He applies the tag. And Cedeno is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to be your final score. A 6-5 final as the Marines are able to hold on and come back and win this one. In the 9th inning, there was no runs, no hits, no errors. There was a runner left aboard. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back to wrap this one up in just a moment. We appreciate you guys for listening in here with us tonight. We'll be right back in just a few after this. 6-5, again, your final in this one.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to wrap this one up for you here, as this game was a seesaw affair tonight. The second game of the series, another entertaining affair between these two ball clubs. It started off with Chiba getting a run in the top of the 1st inning. A leadoff walk by Ogino. With 1 out, it was a Shingo Ishikawa single that put runners at 2nd and 3rd. He actually had gone to 2nd on the throw. And then it was up-step Gregory Polanco, and he grounded out to the 2nd baseman. That brought home Ogino with the 1st run of the ball game. So 1-0 for Chiba. Well, Orix responded in a big way in the bottom of the 1st inning. After Kai Nakagawa flew out to begin the inning, it was 5 singles in a row. A single by Bune, Mori, Cedeno, Sugimoto, and Kirbiashi that brought home 2 runs. And then up-step Marwin Gonzalez, who had a sacrifice fly with the bases loaded, bring home the 3rd run of the inning. And that made the score 3-1 for the Buffaloes. Well, that's where the score stayed until the top of the 6th inning, when the Chiba Lotte Marines scored 3, and it all came with 2 out. It was Ishikawa drew a walk, Gregory Polanco walked, and then it was the Hiromi Oka stepped up to the plate, and he had an RBI single. And then Hisanori Yasuda stepped up, and he drove home 2 runs and was thrown out between 1st and 2nd in that particular spot there for the 3rd out of the inning. But that was where the Marines had taken the lead 4-3. Well, in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Buffaloes responded again with 2 out. Tomoya Mori was hit by a pitch, and up stepped Leandro Cedeno, and he hit a 2-run shot to make the scoreline 5-4. And that's where it stayed until the top of the 9th inning. In the top of the 9th inning, it was Katsuya Kakanaka led off the inning with a walk. And then it was a double by Hisanori Yasuda that brought home the pinch runner for the Marines in Wada, and that tied the ball game up. Kenta Chitani then sacrificed Yasuda over to 3rd, and up stepped Koki Yamaguchi in a pinch hitting role, and he had a sacrifice fly to center field that brought home Yasuda with the go-ahead run. Again, your final score, it was a 6-5 victory for the Marines over the Buffaloes. And that is how this one ended. It was Tojo getting the win in relief. It was Masuda picking up the save. And it was Yamaoka who takes the loss for the Buffaloes in this one here tonight. All right, everybody. Once again, we appreciate you guys for taking the time to listen in with us here. We'll be back on the call again tomorrow night. It is going to be the Marines and the Buffaloes. The series is now 2-1 for Orix. We'll be back with all the calls and everything again, as we said, tomorrow. Same time, same channel, same place, and hopefully you can be there with us. We'll just take one quick peek to see if they have announced the starters for tomorrow's game, because usually they do that toward the end of the ball game. The Pacific League has been late announcing their starters. The Central League has usually been pretty good. They'll do it early part of the game, and we'll get the starters here for you. It does look like they have announced it. So it looks like the Marines are going to use Sawamura as the starter tomorrow. That would probably mean it's a bullpen day. It is going to be Kohei Higashi. It looks like is who is going to be here, is going to be starting. I'm not sure either one of those. I'm not sure about that. It is going to be Kataro Otake going for the Tigers and Hiroki Takota going for the Carp in a must-win game tomorrow for Hiroshima. They have to win to stay in, or they lose and go home. All right, everybody, once again, have a great night. We will see you again later. Louis, we thank you again, Rhodes Scholar, and everybody else who listened in. Have a great day, everybody. We will catch you on the flip side. Look forward to tomorrow night's ball game all over again. Have a great night, everybody. We will see you again later. Take care.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Each smile comes back again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails to you until we meet again.